Alright, so I'm going to go through instructions on how to use DualShock with the PlayStation Classic. This will be quick, and I'm doing this because we get asked this a whole lot on the Classic subreddit, and I always feel like people, even though I type out exactly what menu to go to, I feel like a lot of the times people still don't go to the correct menu to get this done. So right now I have the Hacked PS Classic. You can see all my games that I've added. I go through the carousel, but I have it set to boot the games with RetroArch from the carousel. The game I'm going to use is Ace Combat 2 because it has an option setting which will show you exactly what peripheral is connected and if your analog sticks are actually in analog or if they're just mirroring the D-pad. So right now I have the regular Classic controller plugged in, as that is the only one that will really work in the carousel. We'll boot the game, and once we're in the game, that's when we switch to our DualShock controller. So as you can see, it booted with RetroArch. It's in the game. Now we're going to press Start and Select to go to the RetroArch menu. Now, all these options, right? We're going to go down to Options. We're going to go to Options. We are not going to go to Controls. That's the biggest thing. Do not go to Controls. Go to Options. When you're in Options, you go down, Pad 1 type. It has Standard, Analog, DualShock, NegCon, and GunCon. GunCon is obviously Namco's gun for Point Blank and Time Crisis. The NegCon is that circular controller for Ridge Racer games. You guys know it, the DualShock. The Analog is not the DualShock. The Analog is the flight controller, which I have right here, which we will plug in, and you'll see how that works also. And then Standard is the regular non-DualShock PS1 controller. Keep in mind, if you select DualShock in a game that is not DualShock compatible, which most PS1 games are not DualShock compatible, then your controller will not work, and you need to make sure you go back and select Standard. But for us, we're testing DualShock, so we will select DualShock. Now we'll get out of the RetroArch menu, resume the game, and now I can switch my controllers. Take out the Classic. Right here, I have a PS1 official DualShock 1 controller. I have two different PS1, PS2 to USB adapters that I got on Amazon. You kind of just have to buy them and figure out what works. I also have just a regular PS4 controller with the PS4's completely regular USB. Either of these will work completely normally. So let's start with the DualShock 1 first. Just gonna plug the adapter in. You can watch the screen as I plug it into the PS Classic. We'll flash that up. The light automatically turns on. I'm gonna go to Options. And it's got a picture of the DualShock up here. And what's cool about Ace Combat 2 is this picture of the controller will change depending on what controller you plugged in. If I just had a standard controller plugged in, it would look like standard. When I put the analog flight stick in, it'll look like that. But here we can test it. And you can see when I move the analog sticks, moves the analog sticks. Right analog stick by itself, right? Left analog stick, getting true analog movement. When I press the D-pad, you see the analog sticks don't move. Only when I move the analog sticks do the analog sticks move. So I know I'm in true analog movement. Now, let's unplug the DualShock 1, and we'll literally, no adapters, nothing. We'll just plug in the normal PS4 controller with the normal USB. PS4 controller's in. As you can see, true analog movement. Not mirroring the D-pad, not mirroring the right buttons. Boom. Now, let's exit this menu. Let's exit this menu. Now let's quickly plug in so we're going to go back to options, pad 1 type. This time we'll do analog, exit, and now you see, now it's the analog flight stick, right? And if I move it around, it shows me true analog movement. Hold it up, you can kind of see both. Again, this is all just from setting the proper option in the settings menu. I think I've covered it all. If you have any questions, post them up.